I guess just about everybody has had a garage sale at one time or another, trying to sell some of the old things that are just sitting around the house collecting dust. Well, tonight in our first story, we're going to introduce you to a couple of professional garage sale givers who can give you some tips how to save money the next time you go to a garage sale or have one yourself.
It's hard to imagine what could possibly be inside this house to make people stand in front of it as early as 7:30 in the morning. The doors don't open until 9 o'clock, but we'll let you have a sneak preview of what's inside. All this stuff might look like a pile of trash to some people, but to others like Bob and Kid Goldberg, it's a veritable treasure trove. The Goldbergs are hardly junk collectors. On the contrary, they're in the business of getting rid of things for people. They're professional garage sale givers. And the people outside are the customers of this unique service called Good Riddance. Good Riddance is the offspring of Collector Antiques, an antique shop also run by the Goldbergs.
We had been doing a lot of appraising and buying many things from homes in New Orleans, and we found that many of our clients had things other than antiques to dispose of. So as a result, we felt that there was a need for a service whereby people could dispose of many things that weren't particularly valuable or old in their homes on a very quick basis where they could realize some money from it.
But the financial advantages work both ways. These people aren't standing here for nothing.
Folks, if I could have your attention for a second, please. Everything in the house that you see that has a price on it is for sale, and we really want to sell these things. So if there's something that you feel that you want to ask us to do a little better on, if we can, we certainly will try to do so.
Definitely are antique dealers who come, and they find a lot of bargains here amongst all these things. Then there are the people who are really avid junk collectors. They are people who just like to have things around. Then there are also people who actually need these things, who find them useful.
Whatever the reason for coming, there is something here for everybody.
Oh, well, I like to come to the sale, and especially Bob's sale. He has very nice things.
It's like drinking and smoking. It's contagious, but it's habit forming. You come and you buy things you really don't need, and then when you get home, you wonder what you can do with them.
Our motto is there really isn't a thing that people won't buy. Either something that they want to own because it's interesting and beautiful, or it's very useful to them. And honestly, just based on our experience, I don't think there really is anything that cannot be sold for money, no matter how little money it is.
That may be true, and Bob has a few suggestions on how to make the selling go even faster.
Do negotiate. You don't want a customer to come into your garage sale, and if you have something priced at $10 and the customer offers you $5, you don't want that customer to walk away just because you were a little bashful. Make a compromise with the customer. Charge him $7.50, and perhaps that will create a good bargaining point. The other thing is that the people who come early in the sale are your best customers. They're the ones who really want what you have to sell. So don't be afraid to negotiate early in the sale. Don't figure that at the end you'll sell it to someone, because usually the people who straggle in at the end of the sale are not your strong buyers.
Since Bob expects to negotiate on prices, he suggests building a little cushion into the sales price. He also offers a few other tricks of the trade.
Have the articles displayed in an attractive manner. If you've got tables that you're going to put your lamps and your china and glassware on, put a tablecloth on it. It doesn't take much time to do that, and it really helps you arrive at a better selling price. You might think that these birds here are kind of a crazy sort of thing, but we have a large number of these birds, so what we've done is we've fixed them around this basket, and someone will buy the basket and all the birds as one lot. It's one way of getting rid of a lot of birds.
The real talent the Goldbergs have developed is pricing articles, something they do together days before the sale.
I'll put a price on the pencil sharpener.
The pencil sharpener is $1.
It is very difficult for people to set prices and to know what something is worth and overcome that sentimental attachment to things, particularly if they're things that they inherited or belong to a member of the family. And that's where we come in. We take a very disinterested view of it. What we do is set the price based on what we think we can get for it and what someone will pay for it.
Knowing what the market will bear comes with experience, an advantage the once-a-year garage sale giver doesn't have. But the Goldbergs can help him, too.
We'll act as consultants to people who don't have a lot of things or don't have things of very much value. We'll come into their home, and in about an hour or two, we will price all the things that they want to sell. We'll also write an advertisement for the classified sections of the newspaper for them, and we'll give them a checklist of do's and don'ts so that when the time comes for them to run a sale, all they have to do is follow our list, and they can run a trouble-free sale in a day or two and dispose of all the things they have.
Of course, Bob and Kit don't offer their services for free. When they personally handle a big sale like this one, their fee is 30% of the proceeds.
And from that, we pay for all the advertising, all of our expenses of supplies, all the help that's required on the days of the sale, and for all the time that's taken. Usually it takes us to do a sale anywhere from 5 to 10 working days.
When it comes down to dollars and cents, the Good Riddance people say what all this garage sale business adds up to is that everybody comes out a winner.
By the way, if you'd like the Goldbergs' helpful hint guide on giving your own garage sale, all you have to do is send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to PM Magazine, and we'll get one to you. Coming up next, more PM Magazine.
Next up, Chef Tell is going to show us, as well as one of his students, how to make a great soufflé. And after that, Chappie Hardy is going to review the movie An Officer and a Gentleman.
Hi. This evening I'd like to show you how to make a vegetable soufflé. Some people call it a casserole, but I call it a soufflé because it sounds much nicer and more impressive. This is Lisa. You can come a little closer. She's a student in my cooking school, as we are today. And why I make a vegetable soufflé? Any soufflés you always see, it's either spinach, it's broccoli, or carrots. Either one of those vegetables is really nice, but if I make a soufflé, I want different vegetables. So in my soufflé today, I use broccoli, cauliflower, squash, green beans, and some onions. And what I did, I made a cream sauce base with some butter and some onion. I filled it up with milk. It's like 3 ounces of butter, 3 ounces of flour, half a chopped onion, and 3 cups of milk. And you cook a nice sauce like this. Add some salt, pepper, nutmeg. You have a question?
Yes, I do. Can you use leftover vegetables for the casserole?
That's a good idea. Yes, you can. Leftover vegetable for this dish is just excellent, and people don't know it's leftovers because it's served in a different way. They remember the cauliflower, they remember the broccoli, but they do not remember it mixed up with the sauce, so they think it's something new. Then what I did, I diced all those vegetables, I made small pieces, and I pre-cooked them a little bit. You don't cook them a long time, just pre-cooking so they stay nice in color, but they're still crunches when you cook them. This sauce contains salt, pepper, and a little nutmeg. We put this in here, and you don't have to use a glass bowl. I just use a glass bowl so you can see what's going on. The other vegetables in here, should have smell-o-vision, right? Now we mix this up, and then we add some chopped eggs in there. You know how you chop an egg? You take a regular egg, you hard-boil it, run it to an egg slicer this way, then you run it to the egg slicer the opposite way. This way you get nice chopped eggs without having the chopping board a mess and everything else a big mess. Isn't it terrific? Now we mix this up. You can do this. You can mix it up, and in the meantime, I buttered a nice souffle dish. We add some breadcrumbs in there, not too much, and use the regular breadcrumbs. Don't use the seasoned breadcrumbs already. Then you just go around like this, so it sticks to the walls, because this way your souffle comes up really nice. Okay, now you want to taste this real fast? Put your finger in. Okay, how is it? You always have to taste the food.
Real good.
Is it real good?
Real soft.
Real soft? Huh, that's terrific. Oh, that was a nice statement. All right, now we put it right on here. We put a little breadcrumb up on here. You see this? not too much. If you want it real rich, you can add some butter flurries on there, but we really don't need this. And now it goes
In the oven.
terrific. She knows it. All right, I'm going to walk over here. And I wish you would be so lucky when you married. You take it in the oven and another one is already in there. It doesn't work like this at home, believe me. I mean, you have to try a little harder. Okay, isn't that nice and brown, beautiful? And like I said, excellent for leftover vegetables. Oh, take a little out here. What can I tell you? You tell them how great this is. If you need a recipe, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope. I'm going to eat this one, she eats this one, and it's very hot. And we see you. You like it? Is it great?
Wonderful.
Good.
I'm in the lobby of Lakeside Cinema 4 in the Lakeside Shopping Center, where tonight we're going to look at a recent Paramount release, An Officer and a Gentleman, starring two of Hollywood's hottest box office draws, Richard Gere and Deborah Winger. Gere plays Zach Mayo, a street-smart loner who is enrolled in Naval Aviators Officer Candidate School. Winger, who helped make Mechanical Bulls a popular cultural phenomenon in Urban Cowboy, plays Paula Pakrifkin, one of the many local girls who hangs out at the naval base, hoping to snag an eligible naval aviator as their meal ticket out of the paper bag factory where many of them work. Both Gere and Winger give terrific performances, but for my money, the show is stolen by Lou Gossett Jr., who plays Sergeant Foley, Zach's tough-as-nails drill instructor. Fate has delivered Zach, a man seemingly incapable of human emotion, into the hands of Sergeant Foley for training. Zach's goal in life is to fly jets for the Navy. Sergeant Foley's goal in life is to weed out those candidates who don't have the proper sense of duty, dedication, ability, and teamwork to make career naval aviators. It's an obvious arena for conflict, as in this scene where Sergeant Foley, having caught Zach in an honor violation, tries to force him to DOR, drop on request, from the OCS program.
D-O-R. I ain't gonna quit. Yeah, then you can be free, and you and your daddy can get drunk and go hole chasing together, huh? No, sir! D-O-R. I ain't gonna quit. All right, then you can forget it. You're out. Don't you do it! Don't you! I got nowhere else to go!
The story is a captivating one, drawn largely from screenwriter Douglas Day Stewart's own naval OCS experiences, and finely tuned by director Taylor Hackford's sensitive eye. Let's go find out what some people who just saw An Officer and Gentleman thought about it.
It's the best movie I've seen in a long time.
It was excellent. Besides E.T. and Rocky, one of the best of the year.
I was very emotional. I'm still crying. It's a great movie.
It made me feel very happy.
I also like the movie a lot, and on our scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a 9. An Officer and Gentleman is showing here at the Lakeside Cinema, as well as the Plaza and Aurora cinemas. The movie is rated R. It's not for anyone who's squeamish about adult themes or profanity.
Stay tuned. In a minute, the jokes are on us at the great New York Comedy Laff-Off. It is said that if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, and that's why comedians from all over the country go there in great numbers to become famous. Tonight we are going to attend a Comedy Laff-Off in New York and see some up-and-coming talent.
5 of New York's top up-and-coming comedians have been chosen to compete on the stage of the Copacabana. 4 celebrities will judge who gets the most and the biggest laughs. And to the winner goes the title New York's Funniest, plus the prize money. Plus, the whole thing is being taped for a national audience for Showtime on cable. And the big laugh-off can be a huge career boost. It helped launch more Robin Williams and Saturday Night Live's Eddie Murphy.
Mr. Robert Klein.
Yes, Robert Klein is the host, and he certainly knows the importance of tonight's contest.
To be in it is tops. Winning it is good, too. I think being in it is more important.
The only woman in it is Carol Siska.
You're just seconds away from going. How do you feel?
I feel like slugging you. What do you think?
Right.
I want to have a good time.
What do you do first?
Will you give a big welcome to Carol Siska?
Here's Carol now. Now, she grew up in New York City, still lives here in the Gramercy Park area. She's 30-ish. Well, how do you describe yourself?
How do I describe my...
That's easy for you to say. As you can tell, Carol has a difficult time talking about herself, so we decided to let her friends do the talking over at the Improvisation, the nightclub where she got her started in New York. She still rehearses at the Improv, and she's there today before the big laugh-off.
Well, Stella and I both work here during the day, and Carol came in to audition and appear, and she suddenly became our favorite. She's our baby.
I broke up with a guy I went with for 3 years. Did not work out. It was a very unhealthy relationship. I'm talking about one of those love-hate things. We both loved him and hated me.
She takes the truth and twists it a little bit.
She hits all those universal things that we all can laugh at and appreciate.
Since she's a woman and I'm a woman too, I relate to some of the things that she does humor on.
Things are looking good, though. It's spring. It is spring. Hey, already I'm thinking of picnics and barbecues and midnight swims. I'm thinking of someone else's life.
It can be terrifying because you're aware of it every moment how you're doing. Comedy, you know every moment how you're doing. People think comics do it to be the center of attention and to have people laughing and clapping. That must be a part of it. The other part of it is like, I need to get stuff out.
Socially, I'm in a lull right now. I'm between fantasies.
My goals are to get better at what I do, to just keep working and performing, and to really enjoy the process. Because that's with anything you do, unless you're enjoying it and really learning and growing, it's not happening.
Will you give a big welcome to Joe Bolster? Joe!
Joe Bolster is 28 years old, grew up in New Jersey, and now lives on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. How do you describe yourself?
Well, Mike, I like to think of myself as a funny guy. Of course, you can probably tell from looking at me, I'm a little bit different from most black comedians.
A marathon runner and writer in college, Joe decided to write about running after graduation. But the Hammond Joe ran away with him to the stage.
First thing I did was wrote down everything that had ever happened to me or anyone else that I knew that was funny. And I wrote for about 5 hours one night. But it was another 2 years before I could get the courage up to get on stage. I work one of the local radio stations in Manhattan. What I do is I get in my car during rush hour and ride around and report on helicopter traffic. I got laughs the first time I was on, and it's so addictive. It's a real narcotic, and you go, boy, that was good. When can I do it again? Any baseball fans here tonight? I'm a big Met fan. I love the Mets. The Mets are tough to root for. I went to a Met game last summer. There were 192 people at the game. I had my own vendor. I think of the relations between sport and life, and so I always try to relate what I do to, baseball or running. The winner gets the gold medal. I've experienced that kind of tension and pressure before, so I tried to apply my running experience to the comedy. Let's get a drink. That was a good run. It was nice. You got a nice outfit. Thank you. I like that shirt. How much did you pay for that shirt? $45. You guys are a great audience. It's so nice to have a good audience because, comedy's not an easy job. You folks have it easier going to work. You're making money. Think of me. I had to get up at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Hey, right away I had a big decision. Should I eat lunch and then watch Gilligan's Island? Were you afraid that first time? Absolutely. Petrified. Oh, yeah. Well, it's very insecure. There's no guarantees that you'll reach wherever you think you want to go. And, but that's a risk that you know when you get into it.
May I call up tonight's 5 contestants to come on the stage?
We'll have the risk paid off. It's time to